Welcome to the 360 show. It was my birthday week, and what an enjoyable one it was. I say birthday week because I decided at the age of 42 I get a week, not just a birthday. My wife used to get a birth week, but we've decided to flip that around now. She only gets one day to celebrate. Just kidding. I had a great time, guys. Very special with my family and close friends. The children made it incredibly special for me as well. And I want to thank each and every one of you for the birthday wishes. I saw a lot on YouTube, on my social media platforms. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm 42 years old. I don't feel 42 yet, but it is scary to see the number. But then I hear a lot of people saying it's just a number. Maybe it is just a number, right? It's all about how you feel, how healthy you can try and be. No one is perfect, but I try and stay fit and eat well. And my children keeps me young, or they certainly keep me on my toes. All right, guys, about Super 8. It is so entertaining to watch strength versus strength. The guys who made it through the pool stages are finally there. We had some great games so far. South Africa beating India. We got to just touch on that. And that's our first topic right here today. David Miller coming good, 63 or 35. That was absolutely phenomenal. And remember, the previous World Cup in 2024, India breaking the hearts of all South Africans, particularly the players. I saw some interviews of David Miller, of Aiden Markram, after that World Cup loss against India with all that controversy or the boundary catch from Sky. And you can just see the heartbreak and how much it hurt them, right? And for Miller, so that's why I want to touch on this game, because for them to not allow what happened in the past sneak into a big match like this in a Super 8 game in India in front of their home crowd was phenomenal. It really was good. I heard Quinton de Kock speak in the post-match presser about how they've decided just to forget about it, and they didn't need to revisit that. Just play what's in front of you, and I love that about him. But all round, wonderful, wonderful team performance. I thought 186 was par. I spoke to some mates during the game and I said, you have to get 200 here. You have to get minimum 200, 220, 210, I said actually was a winning score, no doubt about it. I didn't know that 187 was going to be enough, especially with that Indian batting lineup, with the crowd, with a little bit of dew that was expected. I don't think the dew came down, and maybe that was the change and the pivotal moment. Phenomenal from the guys with the ball in hand. I didn't see that coming, guys. As I mentioned to you guys, that we lack a bit of an X factor mystery spinner, but then Keshav Maharaj maybe heard my comments and Dale Stein's comments, taking 3 for 24. Fantastic. Marco Janssen, is he underrated? Absolutely. Not a lot of people speak about him, or maybe not often enough. With the bat and with the ball in hand, he always contributes, and reminds me a bit of Shivam Dubé on the Indian side. Always chips in with both bat and ball. Definitely more so with the bat, in my opinion. But just an all-round really good player who's come a long way. Devil Brevis was the other guy who chipped in. We heard Ricky Ponting speak about Brevis as one of the X-factor batters in that batting lineup of South Africa, and I fully agree with that. 45 of 29. He never really got going, and that is the promising sign for the Proteas. He played an okay knock, a couple of good shots, never really pulled the trigger, and still got 45 of 29 on the biggest stage in front of a home crowd for India under pressure. So wonderful, wonderful, wonderful performance. A couple of areas of concern for me, for Team India, who's generally, historically, a great team of playing spin bowling. And slowly but surely, statistically wise, a couple of areas of concern have crept up in the spin department for them. A lot of dismissals when it comes to facing spin, and also very low economy rate, which is super odd, right? When I played against Virat Rohit back in the day, you hardly ever even looked at the spin statistics of their batters because you knew it was the best in the world. And for some reason, that has changed. Maybe we got to give them a little bit of time. I'm talking specifically about the World Cup stats, and maybe just leading up to that prior to the World Cup, and maybe an area for them to look at. But I wouldn't panic yet. As we know, all Indian batters can play spin. It's just maybe an area that they need to focus on a little bit more during this World Cup, especially for the rest of the Super 8s, as they are most definitely under a little bit of pressure now. West Indies in form, Zimbabwe dangerous, and those are the two remaining matches for India. They will have to sort out playing spin. With Moti coming, Akil Hussain in form for the West Indies, that will be an area for them to focus on. Also, Zimbabwe's got some good spinners in Creamer, Raza, and a few others. All right, Tristan Stubbs in the field, guys. You've turned the games around for South Africa in the field. He's been phenomenal, and what makes him great is his awareness, his attention to detail. He knows where that boundary rope is behind him. He hardly ever makes a mistake, especially in the deep. And just a great asset to have, a guy who's awake and aware. And you can see when he takes his catches, the celebrations and the emotions that come out. It shows you how switched on he is. So really, really good from Tristan. Haven't yet fired incredibly well with the bat in hand. We know that he is in form, and that will boast well for South Africa for the rest of the Super Eights, and hopefully going into that knockout stage as the semi-finals and hopefully in other finals. But Tristan is most definitely in form. We saw that during the SA20. Guys, South Africa is a dangerous side. I still stick to my story. I wish we had a mystery spinner. But if Kesh comes through like that, we have George Linder. If Aiden Markram bowls like he did the other night, only one over, going for 5 against India, maybe there is hope. All right, but anyway, that's the Super 8s for you. Quickly talk about Group 2, England, New Zealand, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. Definitely a bit of a harder group, purely because Zim qualified in Group 1, no disrespect, but it is a team that West Indies, South Africa, and India feel like they have to beat, and they should beat maybe 8 out of 10 times. Where with England, New Zealand, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, there's not one that stands out, in my opinion. Maybe England, I feel are dark horses for this tournament, beating Sri Lanka the other day in Sri Lanka. I think England might have an upper hand in that group, but then all of them are dangerous, right? Sri Lanka will get a lot of home games. Pakistan are always dangerous. New Zealand had that build up against India prior to the World Cup. All form teams that can be very dangerous, that have maybe won World Cups before, right? That kind of experience. So I'm glad South Africa is in Group 1. And after that win against India, even more so. West Indies, in my opinion, big dark horses. England, big dark horses. South Africa, India. I can't remember what I said for the final 4, but I remember calling that Australia won't be there. So I got that one right. But hopefully the 4 I just mentioned now is what I said prior to the start of the tournament. We'll have to check up on that. I'll ask my team for that. But I can't see the squad going all the way. My humble opinion. But let's see. Anyway, quick controversy topic to cover. The pros and the cons of the pre-seeded Super 8s. I've heard a lot of people complain about this. Quickly run through a few pros. Pre-seeding gives the ICC logistical upside, so they can plan where to go, where to send the broadcasting trucks, food, security. There's so much to think about. So definitely a big pro. And I'm going to go through this because I spoke to Graham Smith about this for the SA20, where the teams who actually qualify, finish top 2, they don't get home games during the back end of the tournament. And it doesn't make sense in my head, but we'll get there now. So fans can plan trips, more pros, they can book their tickets. They can even know more or less where their team might play, so they can plan accordingly, make sure they see their team in that semi-finals or in the Super 8s or whatever the case may be. They can prepare their squads strategically based on expected venues, so you can plan accordingly, have day-night warm-up games or net sessions, have dew ready when you know you're going to get a bit of dew expected in Ahmedabad, for instance. And last but not least, it safeguards major rivalries and commercial value. So all very much business kind of stuff, right? But it makes sense that the ICC will plan it like that. And also there is some upside for the fans. But let's talk about the negatives. And this is where people are relatively angry. This is where the controversy comes in. It can dilute sporting merit, right? And this to me should always be number one priority. You want to have the best possible final. You want that the highlights, you want fireworks, you want people to be happy. You just want the sport to come number one. Okay, makes 100% sense. And as later matchups aren't shaped purely by group stage performance, so that's where the preceding can dilute sporting merit. All right, that's number one, and that's where my concerns come in here. It might create dead rubbers, so you have teams that are not in the tournament anymore. Now they have to play against each other. People have bought tickets and they go and watch a dead rubber at a World Cup. Not good. It risks uneven Super 8 groups, clustering strong teams together and creating imbalanced knockout paths. Last but not least, and this is the big one, the critics see it as potentially favoring bigger teams or hosts. All right, lots of ups, lots of downs. You get this in tennis as well, guys, where Novak Djokovic will play against a qualifier in the first round, and slowly but surely it will start building up, which completely makes sense. But the problem is, or the difference in tennis is, you lose, you're gone. So it always just gets stronger and better building up to that final. All right, so Djokovic will play all of a sudden the number 32 seed in the 16th, and then you will go and play the number 8 in the world in that quarterfinals. Semifinals, always strength versus strength. Sometimes you have a surprise there, and generally semis, finals, you get the best against the best. And every now and then there's a generational talent that comes through, like a Federer, a Boris Becker back in the day. They go on to win the Wimbledon at the age of 19, 20, 21, and everyone just goes crazy. But anyway, you see this in tennis. The only difference is you get one chance in tennis. You lose, you're out. Guys, I want to hear your comments here. What are the ups and downs? What do you guys feel should have happened here, and how can they change it in the future? We have the same problem in the SA20. You have this great fan group, for instance, like for the Sunrisers Eastern Cape in Port Elizabeth. Their team goes on to qualify for the final again, but they never host another game, ever, in that SA20, only during the group stages. So is it worth your while to try and change that, to find a way to sort of um, give a bit of incentive to teams who finish top two on rankings? I don't know. Very difficult to say what right and wrong is here. I understand the ICC point of view, but I also understand the fans that are upset and people feeling like there's a bit of upside for some of the stronger teams. Anyway, pre-seeding is not unique in cricket, guys. We've seen it in tennis, in other sports around the world as well. So FIFA World Cup as well, right? I very clearly remember some controversy there as well. Anyway, that is enough of that. It is a bit of a controversial topic, and I want to hear what you guys think about it. I've sort of said I'm sitting on the fence a bit because I understand the one part of it, and I see the upside in that as well, as fans can plan and pre-book. Players can prepare for certain venues. It's perfect for the ICC. They can get everything ready. But I also understand the pure cricket lovers that want to see it to be fair, and they want to see the best possible cricket at a World Cup. Guys, on that note, I speak to an RCB legend. He hasn't been there for long, but he all of a sudden very quickly became an RCB legend as they won that trophy. He played an integral part in winning a lot of games for Team RCB in the IPL. He also very narrowly missed out with Team India in this World Cup. He was probably next in line to play to be in the squad. It is Jitesh Sharma. You guessed it. What a great guy, and I hope you guys enjoyed this conversation. Jitesh, thanks for your time, man. It's great to
No, no,
see
thank
you.
you so much for having me on your podcast. Yeah.
It wasn't always cricket for you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very interesting journey, the way you sort of came through and fell in love with the game. Just take us a little bit back about your years growing up and how you fell in love with cricket.
It's happened in greed to getting extra marks in the school. I always want to go in defense. I was very fascinated and fond of Army Air Force jet. But in school, in my state, there is a rule, government rule. If you play for state, if you represent state, you will get extra 25 marks. And we four friends were joking around, and one of my friends said that our school team is one of the best team which can represent in state, so we should try to get extra 25 marks. I said, why not? Let's try. And I saw the opportunity. I went to the trials and I saw that they were writing the names, who is batsman, who is wicket keeper, who is all rounder. And I saw that in wicket keeper there was only one name. That moment I wore that gloves first time, and I become a wicket keeper, and it's come naturally to me.
I always knew about you 2016 when you came on the scene in the IPL, and I saw your name a couple of times. You didn't get a lot of game time initially. Obviously, Mumbai Indians played a big role. They looked after you like one of the family members. You also learnt a lot from Sachin Rowat. I read that you didn't ever really say much in the change room, but you sort of just absorbed everything and learned a lot. What would you say is your biggest strength and your biggest weakness, perhaps? And how did you sort of evolve yourself as a player?
My biggest strength is that I always say for new things. I'm always ready to learn. I'm not stubborn about it, and that same quality is my weakness. Sometimes in the process of learning, I cross that line. Sometimes you should know that this is enough. You can do much better in this skill also. Sometimes I push myself so much that I cross the line.
I would actually listen and look at other tips, but I would be very stubborn. I hated when people try to coach me because I wanted to figure it out myself. I wanted to go in the nets, and I
Right.
didn't want to be disturbed there. I wanted to finish my net session and go, that's what I learned, and that's what I got better at, and this is what I still need to work on. So I always hated when coaches came in and interrupted my sessions. But it
Mhm.
seems like you've got a really good balance between taking it all in,
Yeah.
listening to the coaches, but also still being yourself and not trying to be like someone else, which is it's a really good strength to have. What about coaches, Jitesh? Which coaches played a huge role in your life, and how much of a trust and belief that you require from them to help you with your technique and so forth?
I think in the beginning, Pritam Gande was a local coach from here. He played a very big role because he was ahead of his time. He
Mm,
told me that cricket has evolving, that you have to also evolve around it, because the place from where I belong, it's a typical red ball cricket environment here. So elbow, shoulders, head, and everything. They doesn't like if someone sweep or what. He told me that you have to evolve, and he used to appreciate me. That time was very crucial in my life, I feel. And after that, I met DK, where I learned how to balance the things in life and in cricket. I think these two persons have a huge role in my life.
I think your biggest strength, in my opinion, is you're a bit of a fighter. The game is never done until you've batted, and that is such a great asset to have in a team. In that middle order towards the back end, is someone to have there where the whole crowd, the team, your coaching staff, everyone knows that the game is not done because you haven't batted yet. How in the world did you develop that, and do you also see it as a skill that you have? Do you believe in that?
I think first of all credit goes to RCB management and everything, because I had this skill before also, but people have never shown that faith. They never spoke about it. But in RCB, the management and everyone spoke about, and they show the belief. I think sometimes you need that confidence, or sometimes one statement about you, that Jitesh, you can do it, and you got my back. I think that's enough sometime for a cricketer. That's changed everything in my life, I feel. And after that, I can reveal my fighting spirit and everything, and it's a big asset. Sometimes as a person, you always been hard on yourself. You can't see your own talent. You can't see your own skills. Sometimes you need an eye from
Yeah,
outside.
yeah, that's true. How do you do it when you walk out under pressure? Do you feel comfortable? Do you get nervous? What's the formula? Or is there no formula? You just play the situation.
Uh,
Just tell yourself to focus on the basics. Maybe just see
uh,
the ball.
you won't believe, I always pray to God, lets my top order get collapse, and means I can bat, I can score. I see an opportunity to become a hero. Means I always visualize such innings in my life, and such a person. I always want to do magical something. Being in present, focus on your breathing, uh, seeing the scoreboard, what's required, what's not required, calculating such things. Being in yourself, I think, help me to handle that pressure. Being yourself, focusing on your own asset. What shot is required now, which bowler is bowling, to focusing on such things, so automatically your pressure just goes away.
And it wasn't always like that with me. When I was younger, I would really feel the pressure and sometimes even succumb to that and play strokes I didn't want to. And then as I grew a little bit older, I started exactly like you now, started seeing those moments where there was a collapse, and I would see like, whoa, yes, I'm nervous because we are busy losing the game, but it comes with opportunity. And it's an incredible asset to have that, to have that mindset of you can either see the glass half full or half empty, and you can decide, I see opportunity here. I see a chance for me to make a name and to do something incredible for the team.
Yeah.
But it's definitely something that stood out to me as the last season progressed throughout the IPL. I often spoke about the fact that I like that it's not just three batters anymore, two or three match winners. All of a sudden, we have players right throughout the lineup, especially you at the back end there. If things really go wrong, we always have Jitesh there, and it's great to have that kind of belief, you know. And if yeah, I mean, it's not something someone can always do consistent because it's not easy.
Yeah.
But you've found a way to sort of get that formula in place where there's almost also a little bit less to lose. Do you sometimes feel that as well?
Yeah, yeah, same thing. I think these guys can't do anything. So if I get out, no one will say anything to me. So what? I will score runs. I will try to get runs. That's it. So automatically all the pressure goes away, and I feel like just play, watch the ball, and hit. That's it.
Jitesh, you're 32 now, right?
Yeah,
32. So you're not a young pup anymore. It's not like you're 25, but you come with a lot of experience and you are very fit, healthy, strong.
yeah.
And you most probably have a really good 5 to 10 years. Who knows how long left in you? What's
Yes.
your immediate goals? What do you want to achieve this coming season at the IPL for India? Just give me a bit of your thought process for this year.
By hard way, I learned this that being in present is a most important thing in your life because in 2023 I lost World Cup because of my thought process. Thinking ahead caused you lots of problems with me. But ultimate goal is to represent India, to play maximum matches for India, and winning that World Cup for the country and IPL for the franchise. Nowadays, I won't lie, just watching the ball is my ultimate goal in my life. I think that's create a huge difference in your batting, your attitude, and everything.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal to watch that ball so hard that I can see when it's going to swing, when it's going to reverse. That's the goal.
Yeah, and that's a good motto to have in life as well, to keep your eye on the ball and not look too far ahead or worry too much about what happened in the past, but to focus about what you can control. So I really like that theory. What's your favorite format, by the way? What do you like the most? If you see yourself playing 100 matches for India, will it be T20s, ODIs, or Test matches?
ODIs.
ODIs.
Yeah, I love ODIs, but I never get any chance in ODIs. And I always ask lots of coaches, my domestic coaches, let me bat number four, number three. I can score 100, 200s. But say, no, no, we want someone who can score quick 100, quick 30, 40s in down the order. So,
Yeah, I must keep talking in the ears because they did the same to me. And
uh,
I always wanted to bat at three. Like I wanted to bat up front, you know, I want to face
yeah,
the most deliveries.
yeah,
Give me a chance to get myself in. And then if you have a bit of X factor, I mean you can really demolish a bowling attack. When
yeah. Deep
you've
down,
done
you
all
know
the
that
hard
you can do 300, 200, 250,
you've
280 if
done
you
all
want.
the hard work for 15, 20 overs and you look up and you go, "Oh, there's still 30 overs left in the game. It's longer than a T20.
Yeah,
And I'm on
same.
40 or 40 balls not out." And then you think, whoa, we can.
So, yes, if I go bat in 38 overs and I've played 4 overs and I'm like 20 ball, 25, and oh, still 10 overs? That's the thing, yeah. So I always keep
Yeah.
wondering that what if I go number four, number three, so I can see that 34 overs remaining, 35 overs remaining, so I can create a
Yeah.
chaos in the stream. Yeah.
I've been praising you because of your great finishing ability and the fact that you are really quiet, calm, collected under pressure at the back end. But keep whispering in the coach's ears that you're always ready for top four. You know, you never know.
I'm very bad with it. I'm very isolated person. I don't talk. I just sit in my dressing room in my room.
I was the
Right.
same. And here I am, 42 years old, and I wish I batted at 3 and 4 more often in T20s, especially at three in that power play. Well, to open the batting, I mean, to open is the
Yeah.
absolute ultimate.
In power play, four. Four.
Unbelievable. Only two players out of the ring.
Imagine a spinner is bowling me and two fielders are outside 30 yard. Oh,
uh, Listen, and just quickly about your wicket keeping. You weren't always a wicket keeper, as you said. You never want to be labeled as a guy who's a wicket keeper batsman. You also don't
yeah.
want to be labeled as a finisher.
Yeah.
How do you develop your skills in a way that you show the coach, my keeping is really important to me,
Yes.
but remember I'm a better wicket keeper. So don't rest me at seven and just like keep me back always. How do you still work on your keeping without letting the coach know batsman wicket keeper, not a wicket keeper batsman?
Batting in the nets maximum time. batting
Yeah.
like 2 hours so they can keep watching me that I'm batting and batting.
Yeah.
Doing keeping practice less time. I think then only they can understand. Yeah, he's a batsman, then a wicket keeper. Scoring and getting that opportunity, and I think when the collapse happen or something worst happen and proving yourself, then only I think you can push your number like up up the order.
Who's the best wicketkeeper ever that you followed?
Just one, Adam Gilchrist.
Oh, Gilly. I
Yeah.
was talking about him earlier. I had a lunch with some people, and they were talking about Australians, Justin Langer, and I
Hmm.
said, "Yeah, he's all right. He was a good player, very good heart fighter." And I didn't have a lot of good things to say about them because it was tough to play against them back in the day. But
Yeah.
then Adam Gilchrist's name came on, and I said, "Oh, there's one exception. He's one of the best human beings I've ever met,
Yeah.
and one of the greatest players to watch. Definitely one of my role models as well." So I like that answer a lot.
He look happy. He look happy person when he keeps
Yeah.
smiling on the field. His wicket keeping is out of the world. I think he's. I spoke with him recently in Australia. I was with India. I spoke with him. I had a good chat with him, like 10 minutes. So he's a brilliant guy. He's very easy to communicate and it's a good person. And his wicket keeping is like he was keeping Shen Won from round the wicket on a turning track. In this current generation, I think no one can keep Shen Won from round the wicket.
So you're facing the last over. It's the World Cup final or the IPL final. You're up against the best bowler in the world. Let's say you're facing Bumrah. Bumrah against Mumbai Indians RCB final. You
Yeah.
need 17. Take me through your process of taking a deep breath and how do you face that last over?
If Bumrah is bowling, I know that he mostly rely on his bouncer and he's very smart bowler. He can bluff you all the time. I think playing with the field, I think it will be the best option and be ready for two balls, not rather just focusing on one ball that he's going Yorker. With him playing with the field, using your crease will be the key for me that moment. First ball, I think he will go his best ball. So I might be ready for Yorker. If square leg is up, I might think about creating, showing him my leg stump and going over the square leg or fine leg. That's might I think that time. If next ball, I feel that he might be thinking that Jitesh have hit me on Yorker. Might Jitesh must be thinking that I'm going to bowl something else, but again he can bowl me a Yorker, so I can be ready for that. I can think ahead of him. That's how
Yeah.
I will keep thinking.
It's the craziest thing because not a lot of fans know what goes through a batter's mind. But you just sort of gave it a really good idea of how
Hmm.
much we think. And we know the bowler can bluff, and we look at the field. But
Hmm.
we know the confident and the best bowlers don't always bowl to their fields. They've got the ability to back themselves to bluff you so that you are in a bad position. But it's a game of cat and mouse, and on top of it all, you have to really rely on your preparation to believe that you will, if you do get the right delivery, you'll execute and you'll pull it off. Otherwise, everything fails in any way. It's a crazy, difficult game sometimes. But once again, when you inform and there's a bit of confidence, anything is possible, which is beautiful.
You are well prepared, then only you can hit the bluff ball. I feel I have seen lots of finisher, lots of batsmen. They ready for one ball and they get missed all the time. They miss the bluff ball.
Yeah, I would do exactly like you. So I would think about the game. I will think about the bowlers' options. Who am I facing? Has he been talking to the captain a lot? So is there influence from outside? Is he a bit scared? Will he follow the plan, or is he prepared to bluff like a Bumrah who just can surprise you out of nowhere because
Hmm.
he really executes so well and he believes in himself?
Yeah.
So all of that will go in. But ultimately, when I had my options, let's say, for instance, I would think, okay, 45 is up. I'm going to think of lapping. I would always have option two and three as well, just in case. What am I going to do if he bowls a slow ball?
Yeah.
What am I going to do if he goes wide Yorker? And then, but it always came back to the basics. So
Yeah.
whatever shot I decided on or area I picked, I would always tell myself, have my head nice and still. I want to see the ball out of his hand. I want to
Yeah.
play it nice and late and have time, almost like float,
Yeah.
So it always came back to the basics, and I felt my best knocks of my life was always when I had those basics in place. I would be dead still. I'd be looking to go forward, see the ball, and then the talent almost always took over. It's very rarely that I felt like the game plan became more important than actually just seeing the ball. I always relied on if I saw the ball well, I felt my talent would take over. I'm a big fan of yours. I love the way you play the game. Thank you for helping RCB lift that trophy. I was there. It was absolutely incredibly special for me.
Yeah,
And I'm looking forward to watch you guys lift the trophy again this year. And I will be there again, no doubt about it, in the final when you guys are there.
I can promise I will give my 100% to the team and to myself also to gain that trophy again.
What a nice chat with a very lovely man. Jitesh, thank you very much for your time. All the very best with the upcoming IPL. I know he's going to have a great time with Team RCB again. And hopefully, RCB will go on to lift the trophy again. And mark my words, I will be there for that. Guys, quick comms box. I love all your questions. I love interacting with all of you. And one of my favorites, someone I've already interviewed, the Marvel Zone, makes an appearance once again, talking about that WCL video we released on YouTube. A bit of a tribute to Alan Donald, to South African cricket of the past, all the heartbreak and heartache during the 90s, that very, very famous run out in 1999 against Australia. I can see the picture still fresh in my mind. And I was 15 years old now. Now I'm 42. But anyway, um, I speak about during that video how some of those memories came back, playing at Edgbaston, seeing Australia there, seeing Alan Donald's face during innings breaks and stuff like that. And I just couldn't help thinking like, that it just feels like yesterday when South Africa lost that semi-finals against Australia. Just wasn't meant to be. But anyway, it was great, and we're very much looking forward to go back there. I think it is in August this year. We'll go have a bit of fun as a unit again, and I will most definitely take some videos for you guys again. I'm from Nepal. And yes, I would love for Steyn to be a coach. It would open so many global opportunities. That is true. Guys, I'm planning to work a bit more with Dale in the future. He's such a lovely guy, and I think we had a very nice chemistry going. It just felt so natural and free flowing. So I'm planning to get him on here a bit more frequently, and maybe we do something permanent. Who knows? But yes, he's got so much to offer, especially for the smaller teams. And I know exactly what he was talking about or referring to when he said he wouldn't mind working with South Africa, Australia, England, all the big teams, India, but he just feels he's got so much more to teach a guy from Nepal or Zimbabwe, someone who doesn't have that kind of experience of playing constant Test cricket, T20s, and ODIs around the world, and sort of learn on their feet as they move on. Where guys from Nepal don't get all that exposure, and Dale feels like he really wants to speak to players who really want to learn and have got a lot to learn. Yes, so that's Dale Steyn. And thanks for that, Jugan FF. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. Next one, if Test teams let their A team play with top 10 associate teams, it would help 100%. And that's why I was calling out for a similar system to the Premier League of football, where you have relegation and promotion systems in place. If you don't have a good season or 2 or 3 years, the bottom team or maybe two teams fall out, you give the top team of the associate nations an opportunity to come through and learn, right? But then there needs to be a proper schedule in place where the associate teams play enough 4-day games against each other, maybe even 5 days. I think it'll have to be 4-day games on a constant basis, have a very similar system to the top tier teams, and then you have that relegation promotion system. I would love for that to happen. Can you please have a connect with Jacques Callis? Um, so the thing with Jacques is, ideally, I want to have sessions with people who will speak back to me. I'm just kidding. He's quite a quiet guy, but I will definitely see if I can get him on, guys. I would love that. He's one of my role models. I learned so much from him. He didn't always have to say much. Just by being quiet, watching his mannerisms, watching how he approached the game, I learned so much from him. We'd like to see Nadine de Klerk. I'll work on that. Thank you very much. Piano Man is a great song. The harmonica was great. Thank you. They're still here. They're still here. I got a new guitar. So that is birthday news for you. My wife bought me a guitar. It is unbelievable. It's a Taylor guitar. I'm not going to show it to you guys. I'll show it on some live show, but it's right here on my left. It's a beautiful, beautiful instrument, and I might swap it for a different color. So that's why I don't want to show it to you guys. And not that I'm ungrateful.
Eventually.
It's an absolutely gorgeous guitar. There it is, Taylor. It's not a promotional thing, this I promise you. But it's a gorgeous guitar, great sound, harmonicas, everything is in place. I just don't like this color here. I would preferably have like a more of a sunburst, a richer, deeper kind of culture would. I know I'm full of nonsense, almost like this grip cone that I have here. I don't know how to get the color right. But anyway, long story short, I got a fantastic guitar and I'm planning to play a bit more on here. I've got a few more songs lined up. I'll always put harmonica in there because I absolutely love a harmonica. Guys, I'm rooting for South Africa in this World Cup. That is the end of the 360 show. Two more matches for South Africa to hopefully qualify for that semis. Just be clinical against Zimbabwe and good luck against West Indies because they look super dangerous. That's going to be a great clash. Follow me on social media platforms. Also, like this show, share and subscribe. And I will see you on live this coming weekend. I will definitely do a show this coming weekend. Lots of love, you all. Take care, and I'll see you all soon. Bye now. The kids made it incredibly special, and I want to wish no, not wish. I don't want to wish you guys birthdays, but let me just start over there.